Welcome back to Radio Taiwan International. You're listening to Geek Out. What's your cup of tea, tickles your fancy, or floats your boat? Join us as we share passions from people in Taiwan and around the world. I'm your host, Michelle Chang, and today in the studio we have my very esteemed coworker, Marianne Sioco.
Hi.
And good friend. I think we get along really well in the office.
Yes, we do. We have lots of fun.
Yes, it's a great workplace, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we geeking out about today?
Filipino food.
Yeah.
My favorite. One of my favorites.
Yeah. Filipino food, a lot of people are not very familiar with what it is.
Oh, don't do that to me. It's really hard to describe because the Philippines has so many influences.
Yes.
Because it was colonized. It was under Spain for 400 years. You had Malay and Chinese traders coming in even before that time. And then you also had indigenous people living there. So the food is received so many different kinds of influences.
Oh, yeah.
So there's no one way to describe it.
That's the beauty of food, though. Food has a lot to do with history and culture of wherever place you're talking about.
Right.
So it's what makes it more interesting.
Yes, it does. So I'm asking everyone to keep an open mind.
Yeah.
And the next time you get the chance to go to a Filipino restaurant, please do try out these dishes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just have fun.
So Marianne Sioco, you are Filipino
Taiwanese.
That's
right.
how it goes. Yeah.
Yes. I was born and raised in the Philippines. My dad's Filipino and my mom's Taiwanese. So speaking of influences, good job.
I killed it.
Good job.
Yes. Maybe I should keep that in the recording.
Congratulations.
There was a mosquito in the studio and I just killed. Anyway, sorry. So
no problem.
Continue.
Right. So speaking of influences, my mom's Taiwanese, so I grew up with Chinese cooking, and my dad's Filipino. And since I grew up in Manila, I really enjoy and love Filipino food.
Each of our individual households of third culture kids, which is what I like to call us, they're all very, very unique because my parents are South Korean diaspora, Chinese who ran into South Korea. But I was born and raised in the U.S., so the food that we ate in our family home was influenced by many factors as well. It's similar in that regard, even though the influences are very different.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting because I also remember like a story, like a friend from high school coming to my place. We were doing homework, and
of
so
course, that's
my
how
mom,
it goes.
my mom would feed us dinner, right?
Yeah.
But because she's Filipino, she wasn't really that familiar with a lot of Chinese cooking.
Ah.
And my mom prepared this soup with those dried blossoms. I forget the name.
Oh yeah,
the pork soup with golden.
Is it chrysanthemum?
I can't
I think they're
remember.
mums.
It
Anyway.
could be. Yeah. So it's basically like flowers with pork and veggies.
It's delicious.
It is,
Yeah.
but it weirded my friend out because she's never seen flowers in food. So it is that interesting kind of like opportunity where you get to share cultures and food, and then you get exposed to different things.
Yes. Let's start listing favorite foods. What would you insist that we try?
So I'll start off with one Filipino classic. They call it kare-kare, which is derived from another popular dish known as curry.
Yes.
So in the Philippines, they say that if something is good, you repeat it. So kare-kare is like really good curry.
That's cute.
Supposedly.
I love it.
The dish itself is like a stew, just like curry. The color is also kind of golden brown.
And they do use curry powder, I'm assuming?
No.
Oh.
That's the interesting bit. That's as far as the color and the name is concerned, that's as far as where the similarities are and ends.
Yeah.
The dish is known to have peanuts and peanut butter. The look on Michelle's face, like so confused.
No, I'm peanuts are a welcome addition to many dishes, like kung pao chicken. You need to have peanuts in it, right? Or peanut butter in hamburgers is surprisingly good. You should try it if you haven't done that. But keep going.
So like I said, keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Imagine a savory stew with peanut butter. So you have something that's salty and a little bit sweet. And the dish is made from oxtails
Ooh.
and beef stew cuts or pork hocks or tripe.
Wow, you're getting really rich. It's very rich stew then. Yeah.
It is. But the inclusion of these parts basically reflect the Filipinos' embrace of nose to tail kind of eating approach where you minimize waste.
Well, generally, people should
yeah.
not waste food. Try very hard not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So the meat is stewed until it's tender, so it takes a while. And then you add vegetables in it. Usual vegetables that they have are eggplants, green beans, sometimes banana blossoms or banana hearts, bok choy, and ground peanuts.
Okay.
So then you also add...
Very complimentary.
Then you add the ground rice and anato. It's this red powder. It's for coloring. So it makes the stew look really...
orangey. This is a... I mean, as a person who cooks, I'm actually trying to imagine the process and the smells in the kitchen. And yeah, this is lovely.
So keep in mind, like a lot of the Filipino dishes are served with rice, white rice. Because that stew is also a bit sweet because of the peanut butter, it's also served with shrimp paste to give it a salty...
Yeah, you always want to pair.
Yeah.
You want to pair salty with sweet. It's more interesting. I think one offsets the other very, very well. So
I actually really enjoyed this dish, but I think coming from a Western perspective, it's very surprising. There's nothing that you can compare it to.
So you don't understand what you're eating.
Yeah. And also, like, in the beginning, you might be weirded out because of the peanut butter taste. Yeah.
I mean, if you're eating, like I said, there are other dishes, especially in Asian food, that use peanuts. Sounds good to me. I'm sorry, Marianne gets to watch me like make faces of ecstasy over here because yes, I love food.
Me too, actually. Yeah. So cool.
Next up.
Next one is, again, it's like a stew, but sometimes it's served in a soup called sinigang. Sinigang, actually, the word itself means to stew it. So it really depends on personal preference. If you like it thicker or if you prefer it in a more soupy format.
A lighter form.
Yeah. And some people say that it's the unofficial national dish of the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
The taste of sinigang is basically sour and savory.
Ooh. Like the Thai style Tom Yum series, that kind of thing?
Something similar, but without the spice.
Okay.
It comes in many variations. Pork, fish, shrimp, beef, or chicken.
Ooh.
But one of the common things you always have is the souring agent. But again, the souring agent comes in many forms. You can use tamarind, green mango, Philippine lemon, or kumquat.
Kumquat. We were just talking about kumquats and what they're called. Like, what is a kumquat, loquat, or... So confusing. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Or guava. Not the guava that's being sold here in Taiwan, where it's like a sweet fruit, but the native guavas. That's generally sour. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You also have a lot of vegetables in the soup. So you have like daikon radish, green beans, water spinach, and okra. A lot of the dishes that I'm introducing is like a one pot type of dish.
This is actually fantastic for anyone who owns a crock pot.
Yeah.
Right? We just toss them all in and then hit stew.
And then just eat it with rice.
Exactly.
You're good.
Yeah. I love one pot meals.
Yeah.
Easy.
My favorite version of this is with taro because the taro thickens the soup.
It does. Yeah, the starches in the taro break down once you stew it, and then it makes it heartier.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those things you have to try for yourself. Aside from just saying it's a little bit sour or tart and savory, you won't really get to experience the burst of flavors until you actually try it.
Of course. What was that saying? Life is not as sweet without the sour. I think that's how that goes.
Yeah.
I love genres, cultures of food where they get really punchy with the flavor. Because say you have like a barbecue meat, and then you have this soup, and then you have something else on the table, and then you're moving back and forth between all these flavors as you eat, and it's just more entertaining.
Yeah.
Right? Entertaining for the tongue.
That's true. That's true.
Keep going.
Okay, next one I think everyone would be familiar with, adobo.
Ah, yes. I'm so happy that has gone worldwide.
Yeah. Again, a classic Filipino dish that is influenced by the Spanish.
Yep.
Adobo in the Philippines come in so many varieties.
I can imagine.
Yeah. From north to south, some of them use coconut milk.
Okay.
They also have different ingredients that make the taste interesting. But generally, most families would stick to vinegar, soy sauce, garlic, bay leaves, and black pepper. And it's normally cooked with pork or chicken.
Yep.
Sometimes the way of cooking itself is called adobo, like those spices that I just mentioned. So sometimes they also use that for vegetables like water spinach or green beans.
As long as it's that combination of spices.
Yeah. I've also heard like adobong pusit, which is like squid adobo.
Ooh.
So it's become a manner of cooking.
More so than a specific dish with specific meat or other protein or something. But that's great. I think every culture has like that kind of thing where it's the same style of cooking with the same set of spices, but you can alternate with a variety of ingredients and still it's delicious. So adobo chicken is my favorite.
Really? Have you tried the one where they mix both pork and chicken?
No.
Yeah, they have that. Actually, like I said, there are many versions. Sometimes they mix the pork and the chicken, and sometimes they add eggs, and they also include potatoes. So just different.
Changes it up. It changes up. I would imagine it adds layers of flavor and texture as well. Because if you're adding potatoes, then you got the potato starch working for you.
Yeah.
Getting hungry.
Me too.
What's next?
I'm not so sure this is a good idea.
Yeah, right? Oh, it's just about dinner time, you guys. It's 5 something p.m. in the office, and yeah, it's bad.
Okay, next is lechon, which is, again, a well-known Filipino dish. This is usually served during special occasions, like celebrations.
Okay.
But the main thing about it, it's basically a whole pig roasted over a charcoal spit. A charcoal, over
it's a spit. Yeah. A lot of actually Pacific Islander nations do this. They'll take a whole pig and they'll grill it or roast it or bake it somehow. Yeah.
So the north and the, I guess, central region of the Philippines, they cook it differently. And what makes it different is the seasoning that they use. In the north, when they roast it, it's basically salt and pepper. And then the meat is then dipped into a very special sauce.
Oh, yes.
Right. Whereas in the central part of the Philippines, they stuff the pig with like lemongrass, garlic, onions,
aromatics.
salt.
Love it.
You get different flavors, but most places that sell lechon in the Philippines basically do a blend of both these days. Yeah.
You can still get it at restaurants even though it's not a special occasion.
Yes, you would have to go to a particular restaurant that specialize in serving that dish.
I see. But you don't have to wait for certain holidays, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah. You can only get turkey at certain times of the year in Taiwan, which is very sad.
Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so hard to get lechon here.
Oh.
It's almost impossible. The only place I know of is down in the south because then they have, I guess, the bigger space to actually roast.
Oh, yeah. It causes so much...
the pigs.
Very fragrant aromatics in your neighborhood. So people get mad.
It's a good thing like the Philippines isn't that far from Taiwan.
Yeah, that's true. What is it? An hour and a 40-minute flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, into Manila.
Yeah.
And then you can get all the Filipino food you want.
Except that your tummy doesn't fit that much food at one go.
Right. That is the problem. It's like mouth wants to eat, tummy can't fill.
Yeah. That is a huge problem. Like I always end up ordering more than I can finish off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then your fridge is full of leftovers, which is good the next day. It's good for breakfast. Cold lechon for breakfast.
That's a very Filipino thing, maybe.
Okay, what's up next?
Okay, so like those are like the savory dishes. So I'm gonna now introduce some sweets. Yeah, we have a well-known Filipino dessert known as halo-halo.
That is actually become more popular in Western places. So
really,
yeah, you can now order that in many. I guess it's kind of followed the bubble tea trend.
Oh,
in certain cities, yeah. So now you can order halo-halo.
Halo means to mix. So it's a shaved ice dessert that you just mix with a lot of different ingredients, similar to the Japanese or Taiwanese shaved ice.
Yep.
There are actually similar ingredients. There are sweet beans. They also include like tapioca pearls.
Yep. Sometimes taro.
Right. Taro. The Philippine version though, we usually have coconut coconut in syrup.
Yep.
And we have something called sugar palms. I don't see anything similar like it here. But it's also like the taste is very similar to coconut.
Okay.
Like the sugar palm fruit. And then other places, it depends on preference. Some places add shredded cheese, cornflakes, custard.
It sounds unintuitive to put cheese and cornflakes on a shave ice, but trust me, just eat it. Just eat it. Continue.
Just
Sorry.
Just try it. They also have sweet taro, or we call it ube. The closest thing I can think of here in Taiwan is taro. But yeah, they just basically put a bunch of different sweet ingredients. You mix it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even add corn.
Why not? It's better than putting corn on pizza. I'm just going to say that.
You have really?
Come at me. I hate it.
Really? Okay, wait, hang on. Oh, we're going to talk about pizza for a sec. Do you like pineapples on your pizza?
I do. Weirdly, yes. But pineapple on pizza Hawaiian pizza has been a thing since my childhood, right? But it's been around long enough that it's actually kind of a tradition.
It's acceptable.
Right. But corn on pizza, I only encountered when I moved to Taiwan, and it's just very strange.
Me personally, I don't like seafood on my pizza.
Oh.
That's my, no.
Yeah, drawing a line.
Yeah.
No.
I can accept corn, not seafood.
Anchovies.
I don't, I'm okay with it. Depends on how it's cooked.
Okay.
Not Chinese, not Taiwanese style pizza though.
Yeah.
But for if it's the
like
Italian,
an Italian, like a legitimate pizza.
Yes.
Anchovies are good.
Yes. But not the Taiwanese style. Sorry.
No. Come at me, man. Comment on this and we can talk. Any other sweets that you'd like to recommend?
I'm going back to my Filipino sweets. Something that's quite similar to what they have here in Taiwan, they call fakao, steamed rice cakes. We also have that in the Philippines. We call it puto.
Okay.
And it comes in many different varieties.
Pretty sure some people in Spanish are going to be laughing.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Continue.
Yeah,
we didn't swear.
We didn't. It's a food. It's a legitimate Filipino type of food.
Okay, continue describing. Sorry.
No. Right. It's made from ground rice, and you make it with rice flour. So you can eat it by itself. It's usually kind of sweet. Or you have it with a couple of other savory dishes like pancit, which is like the Philippine version of noodles. Again, the Chinese influence.
Yep.
And something we call sopas or dinuguan. Sopas is basically pasta. It's like a form of pasta made into a soup.
No. There are pastas in soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Italian wedding, that kind of thing.
Yeah, pasta in soup that we have, and dinuguan, which is made from pork's blood.
Oh, that one I've heard of. I think I have tried it.
Okay. If you look at the dish itself, it doesn't look appealing or appetizing because it's just a stew made of pork blood and it's dark brown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it doesn't look great.
Yeah.
But just try it.
Yeah. Exactly. Close your eyes, take a bite,
Right.
and don't think of it as, pork blood.
Exactly. So I think the moral of the story today is that you shouldn't have these preconceived walls put up, right, about food, regardless of what kind of culture they come from.
Yes.
You should just try it once. I mean, I understand if you're drawing a line at eating a fried spider, because that's kind of where my line is. But yeah, just try it, because you never know. It could be wildly delicious. So
yeah. Yeah, it's better not to know the ingredients beforehand, maybe, because then you would have those preconceived ideas.
Yeah, just be adventurous. Just try it. Cool.
Okay.
Thank you so much for geeking out with me, Marianne Sioco.
No problem. My pleasure.
Yes, and thanks, listeners, for tuning into Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang, and we'll be back next Thursday with another episode of Geek Out. Bye.
Bye.